Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk. Thank you for joining us for this half hour. Now, let's talk.
And good morning and welcome to Let's Talk. I'm Tracy Morgan. So nice to have you with us today as we're going to be on for, a good half hour with Lorraine and Pina Domenico with Berkshire Hathaway. And they're on the road. So hi, Lorena. Hi, Pina. How are you?
We're great, Trace. Happy New Year.
Hi, Tracy. Happy 2021.
Yes, absolutely. So we get into this new year. Where do we start, right? That's the question everybody has. Where do we start with anything? So when it comes to real estate, where do we start this year?
Well, I say keep it rolling. The market's just phenomenal for buyers and sellers. Buyers, because the interest rate is really, really good, and sellers, because the inventory is lower and we need houses. So we're ready to go, Trace. We've got to let them know to give us a call because it is the perfect storm.
Now, before we talk about needing houses a little bit more, let me ask you, where are you? You are on the road. I know you're both in the car, but where are you going to today?
Okay, so we are on the road again with one of our clients in Butler who we sold their home, and they are listening. They are very interested in purchasing a very private area. So, Pete, where are we?
We are over in the Donegal-Wharton area, up the turnpike, taking a little road trip today.
I'd say how the roads, but we haven't had any precipitation in like weeks. So it looks like your roads are good, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, they are clear.
Yeah.
Lots of people out, traveling about. But yeah, all is good on the road at the PA Turnpike.
You know my motto, I'm on the road again, and I'm just
Right. We always say you're in your van or in your car and you're on the road. So
exactly.
It's proven. So what are you going to show today?
We are going to show a chalet on 6 acres, kind of a cabin, but on the more finer side of a cabin, for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's a beauty.
So how does something like this come into your hands when it's so far away?
Well, we have clients that may live in Butler and want to relocate to an area, or they are past clients coming back from south or north. We have a lot of people coming in from New York area, Chicago area, that think that they might want Butler proper, but then they expand their search. So if we know the area and we're familiar with the market, we will travel. If we don't know the market, we will get another agent from one of our connections that we have with Berkshire Hathaway and work with them. We make sure that the client has that white glove, top-of-the-line customer service, what we strive for.
What Pina really means, Trace, is we make it happen.
Now, I just heard the police pass you. You're not speeding, are you two?
No, it was an ambulance.
Oh, it was an ambulance. All right. Just want to make sure you're all right. But, okay, so you're going to show this chalet. I guess the reason I ask is because it goes to prove that not only are you hardworking around this area, but you will go outside of this area if you end up with a property or if somebody wants to see something.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely, or we'll make it happen that they can. It doesn't really matter. We can make it happen if they want to move to Florida. Seriously, because we have the connections with our relocation. We have the connections with agents that we've met through our
many years of real estate.
Exactly, through our sphere of people that we know out there. So it's really fun when I send a client to a person maybe in Florida and they know that we're sending them somebody there. We're going to be on top of it.
So let's go back to the point that you are looking for houses. So what kind of houses are you looking for? What's the greatest need right now for you to sell?
Oh gosh, every house. All houses are wonderful. We're selling city houses. We're selling country houses. We're selling houses with big numbers. We're having houses with small numbers. Every house is having. There's somebody out there for everyone.
So do you have more people waiting right now to buy a house than the demand that is out there?
Oh, sure. We have a list of people that are in, whatever range they're in. We put them in a list, and if we get something that comes up, we call them immediately.
We're matchmakers just on the house end.
Yes.
I love that. So
Matchmaker.
right. So of the clients that you have, what are they looking for right now?
All over the board.
Yeah, I just with a young man last night. He's looking for his first house, really nervous, wants his dad to come and look. People have already had inspections on the home, and he wants dad to look over before he signs the agreement, which is fine. And it just doesn't matter. And then we have people that we get leads from through our lead generation through Berkshire and through our contacts through Zillow and what have you. And, we just had a call on a house that we already closed, and they're still watching that house. We know they're looking at that house, so we send them information on every house that comes up with the same information criteria.
Yeah. And so how do the interest rates roll into what you'd like to sell? I know you mentioned that the interest rates are low. Is it still a good time to be able to buy and sell?
Oh, absolutely. Now more than ever. I just had a client lock in at 2.75 on a conventional. They're getting that for FHA as well. They are just at an all-time low. So that just gives the buyer that purchasing power. And I know we've discussed this before, but I can't stress that enough, is that you have so much purchase power at this point because your mortgage payment is basically going to be half of what it would at and I'm using finger air quotes, at a norm. And of course, if we had a crystal ball, we would know how long this was going to last. We don't know. So we say it's good for the taking right now. So if you're thinking about purchasing, you're out there renting, paying somebody else's mortgage, and you're like, I'm not really sure that I can buy a house, you call us, and we'll lead you in the right direction and down the path and find out the answers to your questions. And sellers, if you're thinking like, oh, we want to downsize or relocate or, now's the time, because sellers are getting top dollar for their property.
Because we don't know when this will end, is that another incentive for people to go ahead and put their house on the market right now?
Absolutely, right?
Yeah. That's it. That's it in a nutshell, is what you said. If they put it on now, they know they're going to get something. I was at a listing yesterday morning, and they said, well, Lorraine, our biggest thing is if we can sell this house. No, you will sell this house, I said. So you have to be prepared. The question I asked you is, are you prepared to move out of this home? If not, we have to work the deal, structure it for their lifestyle. Do they have a place to go? If not, we either look for a place or we put the horse before the cart and we find a house and then put their house on the market. We do something like possession negotiable.
So it's different for every transaction.
Right.
And we're here to cater. Yeah.
And I think that's why I like talking to you as well, because you give us the finer points that we don't know. I mean, I don't know how to sell a house. That's why you guys are the professionals. I've told you that before. So it's so important to come to a professional to just get this worked out with ease.
Exactly. And then they, you don't want your client to be scared. Oh, my God, they go to bed. Where are we going to live, honey? We're going to sell this house. Now we don't have a place to go. We got your answer. We'll make sure it happens. And, we'll tell you what you need to do to a house to get it ready. It's just so many things, and get you pre-approved to know what your house is at least worth now, so you can get pre-approved for your next house. That's a real big step, So you have to know where you could go So we line the stars up. That's what we do.
It's Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico with Berkshire Hathaway. Wandy's not with you today.
No, she's not here. We didn't take her with us on our road trip.
She has to stay back home. But Lorraine and Pina, of course, on the road, they're off to show a chalet over in the Ohio area, if you will. And so that's why we're talking to them live as they're traveling. But you know what, Pat? Why don't we go ahead and take a break, real quick break, and we will be back in just a moment with our house talk today with Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico with Berkshire Hathaway.
There's more to selling a house than just sticking a sign in the yard, especially in today's involved real estate world. The mother-daughter team of Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services are accomplished agents with contagious energy and strong negotiation skills who have a successful high closing record. They guarantee to work for you. Whether it's listing or selling, Lorraine and Pina are there with you to make it happen. Berkshire Hathaway is a multi-list realtor, so when you think about sticking a sign in the yard, why not have that sign say Berkshire Hathaway? Call on Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico at 282-1313. That's 282-1313, the preferred mother-daughter team where experience does count.
It is, I was going to say it's Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico. I'm Tracy Morgan. Lorraine and Pina are on the phone, and they're with me today because they're on the road. This is our house talk today for Let's Talk. And Lorraine and Pina, thanks again for joining us in this unique way. I know everything's been unique in the past year, but it's fun to talk to you while you're on the road.
I love it. You should see the view that we have, the mountains, and you can see the tips with frost and snow. It's crazy.
That's what we need to do. Lorraine, that's what we need to, you need to do a play-by-play of your trip for the next 15 minutes and take us away from where we are, right? That's what we need.
While I was thinking about, people getting their houses ready, okay, Christmas is over, we got the Orthodox Christmas and New Year's and all that's all done. Now you want to get your Christmas decorations down, okay, get them all tucked away nicely because we don't want them to think that there's a problem with the house, problem with the situation. Get all your stuff down, put it away, and let us come out and take a look and see what might be your next step in the real estate. And maybe, the other thing is, not just for buyers that are looking to buy and sell, a lot of times people will try to set up their funds with everything going around to purchase some real estate as investment properties. And we do a lot of that as well.
Just got a call from a past client, and he called and he's like, okay, I want to start flipping houses. So talk to me about that. What do I need to do? What are my first steps? He did a little bit of homework himself, and we talked for a while. And he asked me a few questions, and that's what he's going to start this year, is flipping homes. Investors are still out there. They're looking for rental properties to actually house people. Some of them flip. A lot of them keep them. So there are so many opportunities out there. And how about this? If you're looking to build, now is the time that you should be doing all your homework. Everybody thinks, when the weather comes, we can talk about getting a piece of land so we can break ground. Well, you have to prep for all that, and builders only take on so many houses a year. So if you're looking to make that kind of move, now's the time, January, February.
So what's the homework that we have to do? I know you're saying to do the homework and that builders only take on so many people. So what is it that we have to plan for? What can we sit down with both of you as a part of that journey?
Well, they'll have to know. We'll have to meet with the builder, find out what the site preparation will be on the particular property they want. If it is out rural and it needs a well and septic, we have
getting plans approved.
Right, getting the plans approved for the house with the township, getting a septic, getting a well, just the preparations that you need to do. And, maybe start looking at some house plans. And if you see that dream home that you want, then you already have your ground if you go ahead and get that now as well. So, and if they do buy ground, this is if people will think, I have to have 10% down on my ground. Well, you can get your ground and your house together on one acquisition. So, and the ground acts for the down payment. You can use it as towards the down payment.
How is construction as we go into 2021? Do you have a lot of vacant lots to sell to people?
Oh, yeah. We have a lot. There's a lot out there that we're looking at. I noticed that there's quite a bit. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you about 2 lots I have right up on the golf course. I have an acre of ground up by the, what is it, Lake Arthur? Yeah. And it's like $48,500 for an acre, a little over an acre, 1.23 actually. And then we have another parcel for $38,500. Now, if we lose you, folks, we truly will lose you because we are in the mountains. Just in case. Just want to tell you. All right. So, and there we have ground. I'm doing a subdivision right now with ground. I have a subdivision going on down in Saxonburg that we just listed this house. It's 525, and it has. We're looking to do a 10-acre subdivision with the house. So, you know, it's just moving and grooving every which way. Down the road, have a 27-acre parcel. Somebody just bought the 7 acres off of it. But I do have the house available. Speaking of, and the house is phenomenal. It is a brick ranch, stunning home with 20 acres. It has an Ashley barn. Well, and I didn't know what an Ashley barn was either, but it is one that you can go right through.
Oh, okay.
From the front to the back, yeah.
From the front to the back. 20 acres, and it's listed at $975. So we've got all types of properties, investments, land, commercial, the Pullman building. Somebody please take that Pullman building and put some good stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm always anticipating the day that you come to me and say, hey, we've sold it. I can't wait for that.
I will.
Good. Let's hope it's this year. Yes, absolutely. So, you know what, Pina, I always turn to you with this question just because we talk a lot about how connected you are. I'm trying to picture of all of these, the land and the plots and the houses that Lorraine's talking about. Where can we see these? I know you're connected online. Can you talk about how you're out there in many different mediums?
Absolutely, Trace. We are on, of course, our Berkshire Hathaway website. And you could just search Lorraine and or Pina DiDomenico, and you'll see all of our listings on Berkshire Hathaway. We're LorraineandPinaDiDomenico.com. We're also on Zillow. Our Facebook page has listings on it and interesting real estate tips, so you can always touch base there. You know, you could go on Realtor.com, Trulia, wherever you search Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico, you are going to see our homes. So we are definitely connected out there. We have our Instagram page where you'll see flashes of some of our great homes. So yeah,
I just wanted to say another thing too for the folks that don't know us or don't know what to do and want to know a little bit more about the agents. If you go to our reviews on Zillow, Pina and I have over 100 reviews on there now.
really,
yeah. And we don't make those reviews up. People that we've worked with and done the white glove service have always come back and written a review as to how their time with us was, how their situation was with us. So we know for sure that we can get information out to people out there so they know what we're all about, not just talking on the, they have to meet us, because we really do care.
Well, and that's something that I know that we've all been missing is being able to meet up with you. How is that working for you right now? Are you Zooming with people? Are you meeting one-on-one? I mean, can you explain where you are with that right now?
Sure. We are Zooming, but we are allowed to, with the governor's rules, we are allowed to meet with people at the house. All right. We still have to wear the masks and stay the distancing. We're kind of cut back on open houses. Number one, the time of year, and the other is because of the COVID, and they suggest that we don't do open house. They didn't say we couldn't, but we take the highest precaution that we can, and we decided that we're going to hold off on the open house. But we're there. We're allowed to show house.
And we're doing buyer consultations via FaceTime, conference calling. We're doing all of those things right now as we speak. And so we continue to move.
That's what I said. Keep it rolling.
We have to. It's just those times. We have to do that for the public, and we have to do it with safety and precaution, of course.
So
I saw a winery sign, and I was like, "Oh, what the heck? We need to go to this winery after we show this."
But we love what we do, and hopefully that shows with our customers and clients. And at this point, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our customers and clients and everybody who listens to us out there, and anybody with touch that we could help in this real estate world. We'd like to thank them and
for being so loyal.
Yeah. And patience, my mother always says, is a virtue, and that is so true. The time is right for everybody, and we'll make it happen for you.
Well, I know your appreciation is well received among a lot of people, but I have to remind people that you get a lot of referrals from somebody that you may have worked with years ago. So, I mean, your thanks could go back quite a few years.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm at a quarter of a century here.
Yeah.
February will be 26 years for me, and Lorraine
Let's just
over
say
37.
decades. Let's just say decades.
Yeah, you may be in several decades. And so, yeah, we definitely have been fortunate enough and blessed enough to work with people more than once, and then their families and their friends because of the referral.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yesterday, an appointment was from his brother. I sold the brother a house, and they turned around and said, "You have to work with Lorraine." She got us in. Everything was fine. There wasn't one blip. And that's the kind of stuff that I live for. It's not the fact that you want to be the top. I want to be the top of my game and Pina's game of what we do and what we offer out there.
Let's get your contact information before we run out of time.
Okay, we're Lorraine and Pina DiDomenico. We're missing Wandy today, but she's with us in spirit. And we are the mother-daughter team at Berkshire Hathaway. You can always call the office. It rings directly to us at 724-256-4461, 4462, 4463. You can get a hold of us on any of our websites. Lorraine, I always say that her cell phone is flying up there in the air, so just look up at 724-679-7180, and I am 724-679-7529. We are driving down this little road with adorable cabins and heading up to a bigger mountaintop here.
Well, we've been able to keep a hold of you for an entire half hour, so we've done well. We've done well as you've been on the road. Hey, any final thoughts just as we move into 2021 with you both and, of course, Wandy and Berkshire Hathaway?
We just want to say Happy New Year. If you have questions, and you will, please don't hesitate to call us. Real estate always happens. The mother and daughter team make it that way. So Happy New Year. Happy 2021. God bless. Everybody stay safe, and let's just make this one better than the last one.
And just remember, we're on the road again.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. And folks, thank you very much for joining us for this segment. We are out of time, but we'll let the ladies continue in safe travels as they go to their chalet and they show that to a client. So, and thank you, client, for listening. We appreciate you listening along the way as well. All right. You can always go online to WISR680.com and listen to this program again in its entirety. I'm Tracy Morgan with Let's Talk. Thanks so much.
The information and opinions shared on this program are solely those of our guests and do not necessarily represent those of WISR, the Butler County Radio Network, or its staff and employees.